Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You see, when I gave people the opportunity to force me to play a game on the Twitch side of things, I explicitly said that they can choose whatever they want. Any game at all. And so somebody chose Final Fantasy VI. Well, Final Fantasy III here, but they didn't trust that the American audience would understand that they decided not to localize a few of the games. So, it's not really as dramatic as this opening would make it. I mean, certainly we're going to be here for the long haul, but I do like this game well enough. It's certainly been many, many years since I played it, originally on the GBA, but I still enjoyed the game well enough. Is it going to hold up now that I'm playing it again? We'll see. Either way, instead of going with the GBA version this time, I am playing the original SNES one. From what I've heard, the GBA version had a more accurate, but, you know, less like a not as beloved translation. And on top of that, the SNES version just has better music. So I think that if I'm going to be choosing any version of this game to play, that this is the best option. You know, at least that's how I see it. Aside from that, it's like, hey, this is even before Final Fantasy VII became like I guess you could say like the canonical Final Fantasy in a lot of people's minds. There was Final Fantasy VI, well beloved, you know, seen as one of the greatest JRPGs of all time. It's like, yeah, sure. At least this is a very good choice if I'm going to be playing a big ol' RPG here. But then again, like I said, it's been quite a while since I played this, so who knows. Either way, I am going to... I'm going to be, like, probably going by the Persona rules that I set out before, where I'm going to be editing out a lot of the, like, you know, basic grinding, repetitive content. You know, especially a lot of... if we've already seen a monster in battle, it's that fight is probably going to be nixed in one way or another. And additionally, yeah, no, I'm not going to be reading all of the text in the game. That's never been a thing. It's never going to be a thing. This is never in the cards. Stop trying to get me to read all of the text on screen out loud. Like, I don't care if you're going to sleep to this video, but I'm not going to read it like I'm reading you a bedtime story here. Yep, I do remember this opening very well. You got Terra? Oh god, I almost forgot her name here. And the introduction of the Magitech armor suits. Also, yeah, it's Vixen Wedge, right? Always with the Star Wars references. They did the exact same thing in Final Fantasy VII too. So I don't even think that this is like you know, like some of the localizers put in here. I'm pretty sure this probably appeared in the original game as well. As good, those Final Fantasy guys, I love their Star Wars. Me, haven't seen Star Wars since I was the tiniest of child. It's like I mostly know that it's like this is a reference because of the constant references in pop culture than anything else. Tina in Japanese. Main character. Well, kind of. Oh, yeah, I'd say that she's the main character. It's an ensemble cast. Yes, yes, I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Either way, if something does go wrong, she is in a big old Magitech suit. Classic part of any sort of Final Fantasy game. Combining sci-fi and magic. It really goes the whole Dungeons and Dragons route that like a lot of our other RPGs do. Not that, you know, like doing a kitchen sink style of mythology is necessarily a lot more original. Oh man, look at that Mode 7 go. You see, this was amazing back in the, I don't actually know. I certainly, at the time this game came out, I would have been too young to even know like what the general consensus on like how amazing the graphics were here or anything. By the way, I do believe this game came out a year before Brainlord, so if you want to unfavorably compare it. Hey, look, I have a certain affinity for Brain Lord, even though I am also the first to admit that it is not a very good game. Banging music. And yeah, hey. So, of course, the kind of an interesting choice for the second Super Nintendo game to appear on the channel here. Brain Lord followed by Final Fantasy VI. It's like, I mean, it'll throw like a Link to the Past in there, and you would have a real. It's just like two games absolutely just clowning on Brain Lord there. Everything that it wanted to do, they did better. To be honest, I think I also skipped this whole thing the first time that I played the game. Because it's like, trust me when I say that this is not exactly going to be quite cinematic in its approach, what with the whole turn-based battle system that is going to comprise most of the game. But at the same time, it's like, hey, this is a big AAA game from back in the day. It's, they really wanted to show off the sort of cashola that they were working with. There's Woolsey. Everybody loves him. I don't know, I think he goes a little bit too, old school sitcom in a lot of his translations, but at the same time, it's like, you know. At least it's not like a complete mess of a translation like a lot of games at that time. Give him that. Anyway, what are even the controls here? Oh man, let me figure this out real quick. Okay, man, I had to figure out why my controls weren't working there for a second. Anyway, continuing on. Can I just leave? Yeah, okay. No, but thou must. I did actually play the original. Or I did actually play the original Dragon Quest way back in the day, and did get the whole deal with but thou must marry the princess after you saved her from the what was it? Dragon. Yeah, there were like 2 dragons in that game. And both were horrible to fight. Boy, let me tell you, those old NES RPGs. Perhaps somewhat. Oh yeah, like I care a lot about Vix and Wedge getting levels. Also transpose those numbers. Anyway. You send dogs to fight these gigantic mech robots. Like yeah, even the I do love just the old graphics here and everything, where those dogs are super detailed. Like look at that. Anyway, somehow I don't really imagine that the old Taste of Power start of the game really matters too much in terms of what I'm choosing here. Lobo. Classic fanfare and the old arm pumping and everything too. Yep, this is Final Fantasy VI. Also, the what is it? The active time battle system, which, man, I don't know. I've never been like a huge fan of this whole thing, where it's just like by filling up this gauge, you know, you're able to attack. It always just feels like, well, we want to split the difference between having an action RPG and a turn-based RPG. So we try to make it seem like you need to make your turns very quickly, but you're still doing the same old Holy Trinity of buff, attack, heal every single time regardless. Oh no! I'm sure it's gonna matter an awful lot when we got magic robots. They're not just robots, they're magic robots! That is... I don't remember, but it's like this could easily have been of the era where It doesn't auto-adjust your aim to... Okay, no, it does. Good. Doesn't auto-adjust your aim to a still active participant, but just says, nope, you killed that guy. No longer exists. You lose your turn. This was like a AAA game back in the day. I suppose it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they... Either way. You know, if they fell for some of the old traps, if they, you know, being a much more expensive game and everything, and tried to streamline some of this a little bit more. Oh, that's what they're supposed to be? They look like werewolves. Ah, sure, whatever. And it's gonna be so long till I'm able to do this sort of thing again. Well, or let's be honest here, by the time I get to the end of the game, it's just gonna be X-Zone over and over and over forever. Now, if I'm remembering right, isn't in Final Fantasy VI, this is a... They got like some sort of island that you can get to relatively early in the game and just kind of like clown on the enemies to get a ton of levels. I mean, I'm not gonna do that, or will I? But, just trying to remember right. I'm probably going to, let's be honest. And much in the same way that I talk about in Secrets of Grinding, I do like grinding. Look, I'm not going to say... As always, I will always say that grinding, I don't think of as being like a good gameplay or whatever. I just say that I like doing it occasionally. I guess you could consider it something of a guilty pleasure. Look at these rats. Everything where rats. Oh boy, after NetHack, they're appearing here now. Probably not as threatening, and by not as threatening, I mean absolutely not as threatening. Somehow I don't imagine that werewolfism or were-ratism, as the case may be, is going to be implemented in a game like this ever at all. Period. Once again, I still don't care about the Star Wars characters. Now, why do I even care about getting items right now? This is not the time to be doing it. This is the on-rails section. We're just gonna go through, get Shiva, and call it a day, basically. Oh boy, calling it Shiva is just, it's such a dumb pun. But I mean, hey, that's Final Fantasy for you. Wow, there's so many of them. If it's a Final Fantasy, am I right? Well, that's not even true anymore. That's not even like a germane joke in any way. Like, how many Final Fantasy games have come out in the past 10 years? 2? Like, we had like one of the Final Fantasy 13s, I think, and an MMO, which I don't know if I would really quite consider that the same thing, and of course, Final Fantasy 15. And as of recording here, Final Fantasy 16 was just recently announced, so it's like this game plus 10. I know, it's like two of the... Oh man, what a weird franchise where it's just like 2 of them were MMOs. Oh yeah, this is like... You don't want to hit his... I don't... There's like some sort of dumb gimmick here. Don't attack the shell. Okay. Not that it really makes too much of a difference either way. I should probably actually, you know, like, heal some of these characters. Not that I have any real care for, like, the well-being of Biggs and Wedge, but still. You see, the Japanese language doesn't really have a V, so usually B is used instead. Well, anyway, oh no, not Gru. It's Gruing at us. Well, great, yeah. You idiot. Spent way too long healing, didn't I? Cute animation, though. Oh man, this was the game that had the, if I'm remembering correctly, was it Edgar or something? No, it wasn't Edgar. That has the character that I'm trying to remember right now. You had to like input stuff before attacking, and it is super not the clearest way to do it. We'll get there soon enough. Whatever. I'm just trying to remember. Like, I'm just trying to see how much I really remember of this game. Also, man, how desperate must times be in here, where a snail is the final like line of defense against these invaders here. Yeah, whatever. I'll survive. Literally. I mean, that's like the whole... That's the bit. Now, I do not remember why the other guy is glowing right now. If that's even like a thing, but whatever. And again, didn't like Final Fantasy VII have a very similar sort of thing to this with like the Scorpion boss? Where it's like, where it's like if you attack him with lightning, he'll immediately retaliate or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Anyway, yeah? Oh, no, just... no, it's Grewing again. What does Bile Blast do? That's poison, right? I mean, there are very, very many, yeah, that's that good mode 7 Bile Blast sort of nonsense. Well, anyway, it's gonna be quite a while till I actually get any sort of ability to do magic in the same way here. By the way, what is... Oh, yeah, right now. Oh, that's nice, I suppose. Not that it really matters what with the whole, like, Magitech deal that I got. Being in one of these cool suits. And by cool, I mean, like, come on, get on with it already. This guy should be super dead already. It's gonna grew again. Ah, it's grewing already. It took too long, now it's grewing. Good job, idiots. Ah, well, why you gotta be grewing so much? Oh no, well, how terrible. Anyway, I'm sure that I probably do have some way. I'm sure I probably do have some way of dealing with that. Whatever, who cares? It's like this is not the most pertinent of fights that I'm gonna have in this game. After all. Oh man, it's the introductory boss. Can it just go down already? Oh, it's grewing again. I can't believe it's still grewing. You ungrew yourself right now, young man. It's not going to. You know, I do have a fast forward button on this emulator. Not that it goes too fast. I mean, let me just take a look here real quick. Yeah, it goes to like 80 frames a second. It's like, it's not... It ain't exactly the old Z-SNES days. Wait, did I say emulator? I mean, I'm playing this on actual hardware. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, it's grewing! No, I'm so impatient here, but it's just like, to be fair. Should be going a little bit faster, at least. I should probably check to see if I can heal Force Vix, but I also don't like him, so I'm not really particularly concerned about how he feels about the whole thing. As I'm sure you can imagine. Now then. This should do it, right? As I can't imagine this going too much longer. Yeah, okay, good. I also got another turn out of it as well. For good measure. There was only one casualty. Anyway. Taking a look in here. Vaporite. Again, it does not matter. Also, Vix is still dead. I should really do something about that. I mean, yeah, probably will. The tech missiles work. I mean, I was just using the fire beam because whatever. These things are super powerful regardless, but it's like, should be doing a little bit more than that after all. It's not necessarily like way more powerful, but like, it's decent, I suppose. There we go. It looks like a blob of pixels. The frozen flame. No. As of right now, it does look like a bird encased in crystals or ice or something is about to attack us. Wah! Wah! More ellipses. We don't get it that she is not really talking right now, but with the whole slave crown and whatever. Now that's like that good John Carpenter drawn directly on the film style of lightning. Did you really have to keep it? I kept it to show you later. Also, maybe I need a slave at some point in time. You don't know. Yeah. We're just gonna go with the classic. Oh God, I didn't remember. I didn't remember that they did all caps. Oh, that classic chestnut, isn't it? Well, whatever. Look, it's what the game says is best. I'm just gonna go with that right now. You can keep the girl. Just give back the armor. But it's like it's like a run button, right? No, yes, no, maybe. Whatever, I'll figure it out soon. As always, with any sort of RPG, you always want to be running at all points in time. Never stop! Well, anyway. I don't remember that was in this game. I mean, I guess I just mostly am remembering, like, what Mario RPG, which had a button like that, which was not entirely clear from the very beginning. But I don't know, man. Either way, I suppose I'm not going to worry about it too much. You know what? Lay it on me, save point info. Wow. Modern technology. And anywhere on the world map, of course. Well, anyway. One of many. Ah, yes. Spelled in the only way that it possibly could, I guess. I don't even remember too much about, like, what exactly this place is. Or, you know, just, like, about the game in general, aside from, like, a general outline of the plot. So, hey, sleeping bag, nice. I mean, I knew that was going to be an important bit here soon enough. Man, maybe I'm just gonna have to go for like post commentary for the large battle sections or something like that, because oh boy, oh boy. As always, we are talking about like old RPGs. I don't have the magic crown on anymore. It's cool. Wee hee hee. Also, hey everybody, it's the evil clown, Kefka. Everybody's favorite. He's a clown and he's also evil. Yeah, no. This is like we got it. We saw this already. Yes, killed people. I love it. This is my Holstees. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like there was any like world leader that said we've rediscovered magic. I guess I would be on board for that, at least to a certain extent. Fair enough. Though I would probably question why they have a literal clown as one of their top advisors. Whatever. It's Final Fantasy. You know that's just a thing that happens quite often. It's like it would probably be more surprising to not have a literal clown. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is luck, we know. I'm at least vaguely starting to remember more about this game over time. I got bad news, Locke. Because that is literally exactly what is about to happen right now. Yeah, and this is the introduction of at least one of the other major characters. I don't know why I'm trying to remember so much about this, but it's just like, for some reason... Oh, that was actually very convenient that you found me so quickly. Oh no. That's room for a lot of fights. And there's more of those mastodons that kind of look like werewolves. Hey, it really them again. Because I guess along with, you know, the, yeah, give it to me, because I don't remember. Or else she'll die. No, I got it. Or be captured, I suppose. Probably die, though, in all likelihood. Okay. Let's go, I guess. They slowly, incredibly slowly walk up here. Only got regular attacks, though, so I suppose it's just like, once again, more or less a tutorial fight. That said, I'm not going to worry too much about it, either way. Is there normally a... I'm trying to think, is there normally a Moogle party member in this game? Nah, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much because it's not like they're very advanced characters as it is. Steel, from what I remember, is quite the ability in this game. Like, it really does do quite a bit of... it really does do quite a bit for you, especially later on. When you really require some of the, you know, late game well, when you want to get some of the late game items, I suppose. And yeah, some good grinding experience, but it's like I don't really need too much for good grinding experience, I'd like to say. Considering that, for the most part, these battles have just been going in a way where I'm just mashing the A button over and over. But I mean, technically, they're kind of like story-important battles, so I'm keeping them in. Tusk, of course, one of the best albums. You know, I'm going to say the best album by Fleetwood Mac. I'm even going to say one of. That's right, I'm really going out on a limb here to name my favorite Fleetwood Mac albums. Anyway. Either way, one of the things I'm wondering right now is that it's like, I don't know if the totally legitimate way that I'm using to play this game is running like a little bit slow. If somebody knows, if somebody's like, yo, you're like, there's some like weird speed issues with this, to be honest, I just kind of like got this completely legitimate setup to play this video game, and I haven't really done too much testing around with it, so I might need to it might be like 5 FPS slow or something. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Couldn't really tell you. Oh well, either way. Either way, this should be at least the last of the various waves here. I think? I'm not entirely sure. But it looked like that was basically everything we're going to be seeing, right? Yeah? Maybe like one big boss all the way down at the bottom here? Yes, okay. Hey, it's me. A bunch of Moogles. Oh no, it's Marshall! Quickly, while he's distracted with the net. Actually, should probably take out the dogs first. Ah, whatever. It's fine. They're just a bunch of Moogles, after all. Besides, somehow I have my doubts that it's like things are going to be particularly bad in this fight either way, with 2 more backup teams, as it were. Seems like aside from the net, like Marshall doesn't really have too much of anything to do anything. So we're not getting into some very strategically complex fights just yet, is what I'm trying to say. Though this is Final Fantasy, it's unlikely that we're going to, period. Oh, with only 2 casualties. Hooray, I done did it again. You don't want to have to owe Moogle's favors. It's the worst thing you can do in life. Hasn't really picked up the pace as soon as you decide to carry a second person, eh? Ah, whatever. Wait, what did he think the Switch was going to do? Wow, in a JRPG? What? And especially in the SNES JRPG. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, there's again that Mode 7 map. Oh, I love it. And there's the classic background, too. And it's a rabbit eating an entire head of lettuce. And we're playing Final Fantasy. And by we, I mean I am. You don't get to play. Mom said it's my turn to have the controller, and I'm going to be using it. Oh boy, oh boy. I just thought it was like a little bit claustrophobic to have full on like a world map, but it's like for it to be so tiny that you traverse the entire thing. It sort of feels like it's not really, you know, like the world's very limited in how it exists. But at the same time, I suppose it does also give the sense of a grand adventure too. Still, I mean, also like the whole Mode 7 thing makes it really flat. Final Fantasy, of course, gigantic proponents of the flat Earth theory. I mean, I think that should go without saying. Now then, into the desert. Feels nice to be able to get out of the cold and into the heat, I suppose. I mean, does that really feel nice? I don't know. I'm somebody that would rather be too cold than too hot 99.9% of the time. Like, you're gonna have to literally encase me in a block of ice for me to change my mind on if it's like I would like to experience summer. Especially even right now at the end of September, and it is still quite toasty in here. Anyway. Hey, it's me. Made it. Characters looking like a bunch of bellhops. Oh, yeah, and I do really like the look of it. Yeah, this castle got like a lot of like, this is like techno castle type of thing where they have a whole bunch of fans on top. And I think that also continues on for like the rest of the style here, if I'm remembering correctly. Well, either way, here's the most classic throne room type of thing. Can't have a game like this without having like the classic hallway leading up to the chair and everything like that. Indeed, it really she. A superstar. Well, right you are. Oh yeah, that animation too. Yes, yes, yes. Default names, default gameplay. This is how I play all video games, after all. Hey, can I call you Ed? No. Yes, I am very surprised about that. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? If we're gonna actually get on with this storyline, it's going at a pretty good clip. It's like well, yeah. And 3, yes. He's an idiot. That's what. Like, you think the whole, like, I'm a king. Oh, don't get so down on yourself, Terra. You're a lovely, terrifying witchy woman. Whatever, doesn't really matter too much. And was there anything else to kind of check out here before I start really... I think, like, just kind of getting into the game at this point, right? Yeah, sure. Take a quick rest, why not? Either way, not really going to worry too much. Either way, I don't know if it really matters too much, but it's like, hey, if I can get back all of my power, why not? If there was a problem, it's fixed now. Just curious, anything else going on down the basements? Well, a bunch of the most generic villains ever. And again, Werewolf Man. Aw, man. Lycanthropy, very, very common in this world, of course. It's like psoriasis. Anyway, yeah, do I have all the, No, I don't have all the dudes. Maybe I should go, like, check on that real quick, because... Yeah, it's me. Like, come on, I just left for, like, basically stood outside for 1 second. I know that it's like you're probably trying to keep the king safe and everything like that, but still, it's a bit excessive. Do we got lore here, by the way? I'll take a look. Oh, no, I suppose not. Not even just a small paragraph or something. Tell me more about this magique. Yes. Those who used magic were called magic men. Yeah. Tell that to Jonathan Swift. The flying city of Laputa will be justified one day. Trust me. Also, you're gonna wish you had all that knowledge when you fight Gestal. After all, so. Anyway, yeah, it's probably up here, right? Gonna take any guess as to the ooh, chest. Cool. Which thankfully Vix did not get one of those, and I refuse to ever let him have one. And I also don't think he's ever going to be another party member again. I'm pretty sure that he's basically dead, if not actually dead. Frankly, I don't know. Even more frankly, I don't care. So we can just deal with that. All right. That's the cast. Let's get going here. Probably should just save and call it an episode for right now. It has been nearly an hour, especially with the technical issues at the start here. And then if there is some sort of issue with like the frame rate that this is running at, then I'll be able to know before I get too far into the next one, of course. And then it will be, hey, come on. Yeah, just let me in there. No, Abenides. Anyway, let's get out. Fine. Well, then we can just save on the world map at any point in time, so it's cool. All right, well, hopefully this is okay. I don't know. If it's not, I'll figure out how to fix everything.